Hey, I'm KTMs. Welcome back to Monster Energy Supercross 3 for the final time, as we will find out whether Liz Elusive can hold on to the championship lead and win the 450 title ahead of the KTM pairing of Molly Muskin or Cooper Webb. Let's head to Las Vegas. Thankfully it's dry as we go into this end of the lap. Oi, Chads, what are you doing? What is that rider doing? Who's that? Hill! Oh my god, Reed's into the barrier. It's already crazy here in Vegas. Not sure if some riders have already been taken in. Damn atmosphere here. Or the surroundings, but it certainly seems like it in qualifying. So the gap is the smallest it's been in the second half of the year. After the abysmal outing last time out in New Jersey at the MetLife Stadium. But here at the Sam Boyd Stadium, this did the business last season, the 250 West Championship. It seems to be a circuit she's pretty handy at, as these two are battling in front though in this qualifying effort. We've got Reed and Alex Ray, both on Suzuki's, we've learned. We've got Justin Bogle behind. This race just held us up. Got that last corner pretty annoying. We'll do one more lap, so 105. That's around 7-8 seconds quicker than the 250s. So quite a bit quicker, whereas we've got Alex Ray here. And you're already seeing on this that it can be difficult to pass around here. This way being quite wide open, it should provide some good battling, but overtaking someone, different story. Is Ray's treating this like a race, it seems like. As he can't get past the Suzuki. Here comes Bogle. Let's go down the back straight through Monster Alley. And oh, he does the weird thing with the line. Okay. Just seems to be occasionally though, not everyone. That corner definitely not flat out like it was on a 250. As they go nicely through the final corner, 104.3. That is pretty decent in it. So even though the top guys are probably doing 102s, maybe. As look at that, the KTM pair at the top, Muskin and Webb ahead of Tomac. And then we've got Plessinger, Osborne, Anderson, Baggett, Wilson, 3C and Stewart. So yeah, high 102s. It seems like it's in 15th, 1.5 seconds off. Have we got Hill, Joey, Justin Barsha ahead in Brayton, Chad Reed, Carl Chisholm, Benami and Alex Ray in 20th. Got Todd Bannister in 30th. And in last is Brandon on his Yamaha. So looking good round it. Let's see if we can make it through in the heats. Let's see we go then alongside Muskin and Baggett and Champion and Joey and underway for 6 minutes for the heat race. Just got to remember to go right. Very tight corner though we took that. And so we go nicely through this section. Losing a bit there. Look at the May and Anjo as well. Got Tomac in 4th, Justin Bogle in 5th. It's like Muskin dropping down the order slightly. As all landed that nicely as well. So if I land it nicely, maybe it is flat through there. It's into the final corner. Use that kind of rut to turn the bike around. As looking down the order, you've got Reed down in 15th. Brennan in 20th, as Liz, some of the tough blocks, it's a tradition. Shadow flag waving now. It can wave for this side or the other side with the big jump, so might not necessarily be waving for riders behind us there. There's Andrew in 2nd, ahead of Tomac. Looks like Ray's gone. A Scott Champion in the top 4. And myself a day here in Vegas. Go down the back straight, and it's like Bogle ahead of Champion now. was all a bit wide. That's why you don't want to carry too much speed over that jump. It's also that quad. Just about. So they go 104.7. Muskin on the bubble in 10th. Having a bit of a tougher heat race than this here. There's clipping the bridge. That's not going to help the shoulder. And this jump very easy compared to the 250s. But then it was mixed conditions for the 250s. In the east or the west, should I say, last season. You see much drier here for the 450s. Andrew still in second ahead of Justin Vogel though. Looks like Tom Hatch dropped down to 4th. Got champion round out of top 5. We've got this staying in the way at the moment. Enjoying this Vegas circuit. There you go. 75 miles per hour. Oh, there we go. That's how you skip through that final section like a stone. And a 102.9 as Muskin up to 7th. Baggett on the outside looking in, it seemed like. So KTM struggling a bit compared to the Kawasaki's and Hondas here. We got in the top 5. Only Bogle representing KTM at the moment in 3rd. And John the Honda in 2nd. You've got Kawasaki of Tomac in 4th. Champion, I forget which bike he's on. I think it might be Yamaha. We'll find out shortly though. So over halfway through this heat race. Just the heat racers would have wanted smooth sailing. No dramas at all. Finding pace as well. Finding pace. Particularly in this section, this seems to be where you can gain lots of time as, oh, that's a heavy landing. There you go, using the tough blocks, got to test it all out. Joey in 11th, just outside. Bubba Pauldy in last at the moment. About 20 riders. A tough season for Bubba. See, that's what we did on the 250s quite a lot last season. It's like Tomax on the move. Up to seeing Andrew and Justin. Making a Kawasaki 1-2. There seems to be better in a straight line, along with the Husqvarna still very quick. KTM maybe the Becker all-round bike, maybe. Yamaha's very strong. Suzuki and Honda slightly adrift. It seems like the Suzuki's better than Honda. Honda seems to be the worst bike out of the lot. When we had the Honda in the 250 days, did not seem good. As Vince Freese on the Honda now jumps into the top 5. As there we go. It's tough blocks. Guy there must be wondering what the hell are you doing. So on the penultimate lap, so he's squatting and Tev in near the back there as someone else has run into issues on that back straight. Or back jump section. So he's gone down. Bogle has gone out of the top 5. So no KTMs, I believe, in the top 5 now. Maybe not a good horsepower bike then, compared to the Kawasaki, Husqvarna's, in the Honda at the moment. Vince Freese up to 3rd. Of course, a winner this season, bit of a surprise winner as well. Like he's not really up there in the championship. Okay. That's one way to take the final corner. Actually, Bogle's down to 10 behind Muskin. KTM's on the edge. That's in the final lap of the heat race. I wonder if he had an accident then, if he's brought out one of those yellow flags. There's Blake Baggett now into the top 5. In place of champion. Anjo dropping down as this race is going on, down to 5th now, behind the KTM. So number 4 in 4th. Number 3 in 2nd. 42 in 3rd. And 867 in the lead, as you've seen quite a lot this season. And been a very up and down campaign, particularly in the second half of the year. Though we had a great stretch in the first half. Once she got a win, she was grabbing all the wins. Had a very solid start to the year, getting top 5s. In the second half, it's been a bit more up and down, especially last time out with the worst result of the year. But pretty good comeback so far. As after 7 laps, Liz at the top with the fastest lap as well, by a few tenths ahead of Tomac. In 3C, Baguette, Muskin in the top 5 again, ahead of Angelo. Don't know how he did that. He was on 9th, wasn't he, heading into the final lap. Bogle in 10th, up to 7th on the final lap as well, making it through ahead of Osborne and the May on the Honda, as champion out of it on the Yamaha. Oh, that's heartbreak for 184. This was Andrew's number, 941. I knew it was a very large and big number. Strode in 11th, then Gardner, the legend Chad Reed in 13th, unlucky for him. Then Brennan, Scotty, got to go to Tedder, Adam and Tyler. And the Suzuki and the Hondas, and Tevin on the Yamaha and the Kawasaki of Bubba in last. So for the final time this season, who will come out on top on the main event? And who will win the title? Oh, nice number in the background.
Las Vegas is a city well known for crowning champions. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Vegas. Ralph Shaheen and Ricky Carmichael, live from Sam Boyd Stadium for Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship. Ricky, what can we expect from this evening's race?
Well, Ralph, we know our riders very well. They will certainly not deny us a big show worthy of this stadium.
All right, Ricky, it's time to drop the gate and go racing. The crowd is into it tonight. That will definitely get these riders pumped up as they wait for the gate drop.
So here we go, waiting for the last gate drop of the season alongside Justin Bogle. We get underway for 20 minutes here. And for the final time, the usual whole shot for Liz ahead of Cooper Webb, Bogle, Muskin up there as well, and Tomac. Here's the Kawasaki's and KTMs up here. Is what you want to see, but Liz running away. Oh, got the nice flow through that section. It's all a bit wide for the right. And look at Cole Chisholm, Ben LeMay up to Chad Reed, the legend, in 3rd. As Muskin tries to hunt down his championship rival. Oh, forced to take the outside. Don't want to be doing that really. As across the line, less than a second separate them. Seeing further down, Justin Bogle down to 12th, Zach Osborne in 19th, Tomac down to 21st, he must have fallen. And the number 1, Jason Harrison in last on this as Varner. As Cooper went back up to 4th, behind Reed. Oh, as Reed's gone. Now we've got Justin Hill on his Suzuki up here, and Cole Chisholm still in the top 5. But the top 3 in the championship, top 3 in the race, exactly in championship order as well. And if they finish this way, that will be your top 3 to end this year's championship. There's also supposed to be talking about Monster Energy Supercross 3 after these first couple of laps get over. Talk about what we've seen of Monster Energy Supercross 3. Definitely the second, actually probably the best Supercross game so far. Maybe. Don't know, I do still have a soft spot for 1 and how fun that was. And I do have a soft spot for 2's career, which is a big shame that we didn't see. It's all 3 tenths. Jason Hansen up to 15th, head behind Aaron Plessinger. Bo got to 19th, Joey in 20th, Tomac in 21st. With Austin in 22nd, as all wide from Liz. As Miskin putting the pressure on these early stages. But for Liz, it's just finishing in the top 5. She'll have the championship. She does not need to win. But if you're not winning, it's not going to lead to much fun celebration. You just finish 5th and you've won the championship. She wants to win it, no doubt. Zach Osborne in 4th now, ahead of Chisholm, still up there. Very impressive. It's Justin Brayton now into the top 5. Commentator's cursed her. To go down this back straight. go through the final corner. Second gap, 103.9. It's Chad Reed down to 11th. Along with Justin Hill. The Suzuki's on the edge. They bag it down to 21st now. With Austin still in last. And you'll see this with a decent lap. Built the gap up by a second that last lap. That's what she needs to do. So now that it's calmed down a bit, let's talk about Monster Energy Supercross 3. As I said, I actually like the game. It's got its down points, like kind of all the Supercross games, but first of all, the physics and handling, there's more of a skill gap, which is great. Like, Supercross 1 was literally just ride the burns. You can be flat out almost everywhere. It was a great fun arcade game. It was not approaching realism. This game's not really approaching realism either. You see over the whoop section, we're literally programming over them. It is a bit ridiculous. And there's some unbelievable things now you can do with the added kind of air control. Sherry back into the top 10. He's got the May, got Joey down there. Tomek back down to 21st. Austin in last. But the handing's on its way. It's good to see female riders included for the first time. Well, it's good to at least have it as an option. I just have that as an option. That's pretty good. I think we see that in most racing games now, which is very good to see. Just for representation. Isn't it like top 5 is still static? But the handing, yeah, it's still very rear dependent. You see in the way that Rimmer's struggling, it's because the rear kicks up. And it's a bit ridiculous at times, the handing. As you see with some of the crashes as well. Very weird as we do a roundup of the positions. So Justin Bogle last with Joey. Tomek up to 19th ahead of Austin. And Brayton ahead of Osborne now into 4th, or not. As we're over a quarter of the way through this main event. So yeah, handing's improved. Way better than 2, which was just annoying handing, a bit like the MotoGP games. But they took a good step with the handing, I believe, in this edition. And just having just a more fun kind of handing model than we had in 2. Definitely much better. There's still annoyances with... You still have the same setups. But they haven't really nuked at setups. Like, I'm running the same setups I did in 2 and they still give the old same results. So maybe I'd like that to be a bit more integrated, even though it might be to my detriment because I'm not very good at setups. But yeah, that's a breakthrough we found early on. There's Chisholm into the top 5 now. Dean Wilson, welcome back, Dean. Fine fellow Husqvarna rider. Osborne as Muskin still ahead of Webb. As we've got into the 102s now, this is very much into the rhythm. And some of that milestone I've done with the MotoGP games, maybe do like put fuel in, look at tyres as well, even though they're probably rock solid anyway, the tyres, I would presume. Like little things like that would be helpful as well. So yeah, hands in. I do like the kind of improved movement. The left stick needs to be a bit more better in the air though. You can see rider model still very rigid as well. That needs to improve. The overall good step forward and career step back is just play through the championship mode. You might as well just play championship, to be honest. Like, still got all the customization. Customization is very good. You don't have the real alternative objectives though, like they had in 2, which was pretty fun, where you could get unlocked suits and stuff. Even though it got a bit out of hand, especially with the DLC, it was absolutely ridiculous. Hype for 2. But you had to unlock some suits, that was pretty neat. Don't really have that. But it is nice that you're able to ride for factory teams, even though it seems to have lessened the effect of riding for your own team. Like, you're not as powerful at first, so you got to work through some development, and especially at 250 level, it's ineffective really for you to choose anything rather other than a factory team with how short the calendar is. Like maybe at 450 level, you know, be poor in the first half of the year, be better in the second, as that Fisher has a grudge. Look at him, hands on the hip, not very happy. Let's approach halfway mark of the race. Webb's got ahead of Muskin. And then we've got those Varna boys over 5 seconds behind. So yeah, it's disappointing. I would have loved to include the schedule, even though it got a bit samey towards the end. It's just, it felt a bit more like career. Maybe they can do that with the next one with like contracts, for example. Make it where you can choose options and negotiate the contract a bit, maybe. Almost thinking a bit too much like MotoGP 20 manager mode here. I mean, Milestone can do it. As I said, they just include it in MotoGP. They can run it in Supercross as well, or MXGP, to make these games a bit more fun. And more live the life as well. Which you can definitely do in MotoGP now. As, oh my god! Where's Liz gone? As now Webb takes over the lead. Suppose that hasn't happened sooner. It's at the halfway mark then. Liz loses the lead for the first time this race. Osborne in third, and Muskin, whose championship chances seem to be fading with each lap. And you've got Wilson in fifth. As now we've got a battle on our hands between Webb and Liz for the final time. And so it seems to be getting stronger as this race has gone, as we approach the halfway mark in the second half of this final main event in Las Vegas around Sam Boyd Stadium. And we can actually, for once, see strengths and weaknesses such as that from Webb. Not the time to be entering, man. So this takes back the lead as Osborne got ahead of Muskin. So KTM's faltering this lap. As we are at now, got less than 10 minutes remaining. As this was a solid 103, half-second lead. Looking further down. Tomac still down in 17. Oh, there's down again. They've obviously reinforced those tough blocks since the heat race. And now Osborne's here as well. A bit of former riders of the second half of the year. Webb, there's an Osborne battling here for the victory here in Las Vegas. And Osborne with the little nose poke. Oh, what the hell? See, that's some weird hand in there. Like, we got hit. It's affected the bike more than we can feel. But by the time we've realised it, you can't adjust. Like, maybe someone who's good can adjust, but yeah, the contact, should we say, is a bit weird. But going back to Korea, I would love to see the schedule back. Just have a bit more variety in it as well. Because we still have sponsor days, but they're very optional and they're very rare. So yeah, they could definitely include that back with schedule. That'd be cool. There's the gap, couple seconds now to the top two. Tomac still down in 20th. Joey in last. No support crew for the Kawasaki yet. They're just battling not to be last. So for the first time in Las Vegas, let's see what Liz can do when chasing. As you go wide there, so you can have a straight exit. Really launch it over the jumps. It's about the gap's up to 4 seconds now. You can see the top two battling in front, going side by side. Notice how Osborne's taking the lead from Webb. So yeah, one kind of minor bad in his career. But you can see the graphics look pretty good. Once again, we've had to turn off Bloom. I don't know why you insist on that, Milestone. And everyone, like, we don't want Bloom dominating our games. It's running order again. Baggett in 15th, Tomek in 17th, Joey in last. She is closing the gap slightly, as they are battling hard for the lead. But yeah, game looks good. See massive crowds. Like, it's a decent improvement. I know some people are maybe not the biggest fan of the brighter colours from this game, but I quite like it. Like, lighting seems much better as well, as shown off here. So yeah, good improvements. Like Milestone, if one thing I can say about kind of their look is that lighting always seems to be kind of up there on the list. It seems to be pretty decent in almost every game. Maybe not with shadows in relation to the lighting, but the actual lighting, yeah, and it's pretty decent. Still, I can see we're 40 minutes into a race, not much mud or stuff on the old suit. Wish that was better. I know, maybe they just want to keep them clear, and then maybe it's a contract and to keep everything looking nice and pretty as well. So it's really closing down the top two. We could have a grandstand finish here in Vegas. As you see, the 08 reached the field, going for the final corner. Oh, who's that? Webb dropping back slightly. And so we'll talk about our opponents then. They have, as I ranted earlier in this season, they've not really improved. They're pretty much the same. They are harder, which is good. That's about the only improvement. Still battling them is hit and miss. Especially if you're in the midfield, they can just stick your nose in. You're stuck in the midfield because you're losing seconds, because they're being stupid, as you see with Osborne all the time. Just snicks his wheel in. Shadowing into the top 10, looking further down. Bogan 40, Tomek up to 16th, Joe to 17th, Alex Ray in last now on his Suzuki. And Austin. It's the top three all together now. And Muskin's gaining as well behind. Could be a four-way fight here between the top four in the championship. I know Osborne's fifth, isn't he? He could be top four though. Second it. And Baggett not being as high up. What the fuck is that, man? Oh, so restarting the bike is stupid. Can we not? Like, you still have the aero controls, but you seem to start us on slopes and stuff. So that can happen quite a bit, where you're just starting up and they're just like, oh, you actually want to fly through the air? Like, no, I'm leaning forward. Why do you want me to fly through the air? That is just stupid. That needs to be fixed in the next game. But it just starts on flat surface. So if we're in, like, jump through that, just start us in one of the middle jumps, as we're almost 5 seconds back now. And victory is gone because of the game, basically. Like, we had the crash, but then the game restarted us in a stupid place, and nothing we can really do about that. Yeah, it's cost us quite a few places over our career as well, so yeah, fix that milestone. It's a problem in the early Supercross games as well, where they just start you in stupid places. Seems to be an issue again, and crashing as well is just sometimes just rubbish. I don't understand it. Crashing in general in racing games is pretty rubbish, to be honest. Like, iRacing is getting there. BeamNG, we love BeamNG because it's got proper crashing. That's it's like the only game that's actually bothered about crashing. Retfist is pretty good as well. I've been looking at arcade games for crashing, not officially licensed games. So yeah, it's needs to improve crashing. I'm not sure if again it's just license restrictions like it is with F1 games. That's why crashing is rubbish in those games. You've got bits flying everywhere. As the bike just drifted in the air, that's good. Absolutely love that. I know it's mainly my fault for not controlling the bike in the air, but Got a big gap to Pleasant and Anderson, so at least getting top 5, at least winning the championship at the moment. I know it seems to be a KTM 1-2 as Osborne's dropped to 3rd. So that's Varner 3-4. But just for insurance, want to get ahead of Wilson. Hopefully finish on the podium with 2 minutes remaining. See, a normal race would have won this. Man, how the annoying things are coming out. I'm not sure if there is a tyre model as well, because it seems like when you crash, sometimes you crash immediately again. But the bike's just not reacting as well. So I'm not sure if that's actually a thing. As Muskin was down. He's dropped to 4th. Behind Wilson. So yeah, that... Again, I'm not sure if that's way, but just make it clear if it is. Because you have to just patch notes as well, Miles. The patch notes are just rubbish sometimes. Like, you say you've done stuff, don't see any difference. Or they can be vague. Like, improved AI behaviour. What have you done to AI behaviour? Have you made it more aggressive? Just better riding around circuits? Like, what? That needs to be so much more clearer. Like, some companies are great with the patch notes and the changelog. Other companies, not as much. So we're about to go into the penultimate lap. So yeah, our opponents definitely need to improve in behavioural battling and just go around the circuit. We saw in 250 around some circuits, they can't even make it round. It's pathetic. Like here in Vegas, including in that last section, most of the time they will crash because of that last section, because they can't negotiate it. At least one rider will crash every lap. It's rubbish. Before you get them battling properly with us, but get them to go round the circuit. That would be lovely, to be honest. So it doesn't feel like we're getting cheap victories or cheap top 5s. Like, just improve that. And yeah, just battling them. They're just not aggressive enough, or very aggressive. But when I say not aggressive enough, I mean they just put a wheel in. They're not actually trying to dive down your inside. And you see battling them sometimes, they get a boost as well, which is bloody annoying. And there's nothing you can do to counteract that as we head on to the final lap of the season. So yeah, our opponents definitely they actually need an overhaul for the next game. They just need to actually be worked on for once. That would be nice. To actually see some effort put into them for once. It looks like Webb's going to win ahead of Osborne. Then we've got Wilson and Muskin back there with the final podium space. This will be in 5th, it seems like. Ahead of Anderson and Plessinger. So yeah, that would be nice. There's Muskin down. Maybe it won't be 4th. See, look at that. Just rides right off the circuit. So just like this, we can get one over on our French rival. Finals line of the season. And in game modes, all exactly the same. Once Energy Club is sold as DLC, which is rubbish. In general, it's a good step forward from 2 in the most part. Just in career, major step back. As Wilson down. So this will get the podium in the end as Webb wins ahead of Osborne, and Liz, your champion, in 3rd. As Webb wins the final race of the season ahead of Osborne. He did the fast lap, got into the 101s. Bloody hell. Then Liz in 3rd. Head of Muskin and Wilson right at the end. Head of Anderson, Plessinger, 3C. The top Honda head of Brayton and Baggett rounds out the top 10 of Barsha, Stewart, Reed, Bogle, Joey rounds out the top 15 of the May, Chisholm, Eli Tomac. What a dreadful final race of the year. Head of Justin Hill, Austin, Anjo and Alex Ray. So in the championship, there he is confirmed your champion by 8 points ahead of Webb. We won 4 races. And was 9 points ahead of Muskin in the end. No difference in the top 12 as Baggett retains 4th by 3 points ahead of Osborne, despite another podium to the Longhasvana rider. And Bogle in 6th ahead of Tomac. And then Brayton ahead of Anderson and 3C with that win. In the top 10 ahead of Malcolm Stewart, another Honda that won very early in the season. And we've got Plessinger Hill. The legend Chad Reed in 14th, just behind his fellow Suzuki runner. Just missing out on being top Suzuki as well by 12 points and 4 points ahead of Joey. Rounds out the top 15 ahead of Justin Barsha. Then Ben LeMay, Alex Ray, Dean Wilson out a couple of places. In the end on his Hosfana to 19th ahead of Kyle Chisholm, who rounds out the top 20 on his Suzuki. I thought it was a Honda, didn't I? On the Suzuki. There's more Suzukis here. They keep spawning, it seems. Keep spreading the Suzuki riders. As you've got Cole C dropping outside the top 20 end on his Honda ahead of Austin and Angelo. End of the season in the main event. And then Scott Champion, who just missed out on his Yamaha in 24th. Gardner rounds out the top 25 in his Honda ahead of Tevin. Ronnie Shaw on his Husqvarna, and Adam on the Suzuki. Harmon on the Yamaha. AJ rounds out the top 30 on his Kawasaki. Benny Bloss in 31st on the KTM. And up 5 places is Charles Blackburn on his Honda. Up 3 is Matthew on his Yamaha. And Todd on the Kawasaki upper place as Colton drops down to 35th. Katie Bryn down to 36th. And down 5 is Bubba on his Kawasaki. And you've got Dakota, Brock, Shoemaker. And then Scotty rounds out the top 40 on his Kawasaki, up into the top 40 ahead of Carl Swanson's KTM and the Honda of Van Martin, who's just ahead of Tyler, who goes up a place ahead of Brandon in the end on his Yamaha. And Josh Greco with 6 points in last of the point scores out of 45, with 11 riders not scoring. I don't think saw any of those riders actually race in any of the events. But what an end to the year it was in Las Vegas, and what a championship year it has been for Liz Elusive, and a rookie season as well at 450 level. After a rough beginning at 250 East, it's been title winner in 250 West, and our 450 winner as well.
The pace of that race was absolutely crazy. They definitely gave it their all.
No doubt they did heading into the off-season. Where's Webb's trophy again?
Here is the Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Champion in the 450 class. A season packed with thrilling moments that has brought us inside some of the country's most beautiful stadiums. For Ricky Carmichael, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long until next season.
So here we are then. You've done it. Got the red plate for next season. Got the trophy. And FIA is now sent to the Upside Down, it seems like. What the hell? Very weird celebration. It's going to actually achieve the contract objective. And we have unlocked the second Kawasaki Monster Energy suit. And next in with victory of becoming the undisputed champion for 50 season, we'll be able to defend the title next year. You know what, I'm going to go back into the 250 East and try and win that championship, so I've got all the championships, but we'll turn down race temp to medium, but I have everything as it was. It's going to end where it began, on a 250 East warm-up race. So what the hell? That's a high platform to be jumping down on, so 10-minute race to end it all. As we finally, and of course the end of a whole shot. Head James Harris, Matthew Martin, Charles Jones, and Aaron Hamilton as tough blocks appear from nowhere. Also that kind of popping in, still a bit of a problem. Even though, as I said, the game runs better as well than it did with Supercross 2, especially in wet conditions. I was very happy to see that. But yeah, we'll just continue wrapping up and do a final analysis of Monty Supercross 3. I do like these races as well to get used to the bikes, get used to the 250s or 450s. Just as I say, it's running well. We're getting some pop in here, which is causing some slight lag. As Martin wants a battle. You can create your battles with your opponents, which is a bit better than you can in 2, maybe? I don't know. I think it's just you messing up or going all over the place, which I do quite a lot, so... But yeah, it's... Opponents definitely just need an overhaul. The next game. What are you doing, Jessica? We remember you. Jennifer Johnson, Aaron Harrington as well. We've got William Young as well looking to the outside. Oh my god, what are you all doing? You're letting the leader get away now. Saying she just pushed us back. So they've been muscled back down to 8th now. Let's look at Martin get away in the lead. So you'll go back up to third bear team with Jennifer Johnson. So you go 3-second lead for Matthew. I forget you got to use the lower gears a bit better as well. Oh, there you go, Jennifer. So yeah, overall, better than 2, better than 1 for me. Maybe not. Still like the outright chaos and fun of 1. Maybe if I go back to it now, I'd be like, fucking hell, this is bloody annoying. But maybe it is the best with all the improvements that I said. Wish there were more like minor nitpicks as well. Photo replay mode seems to be better. With the cameras and everything seems to be pretty good. I know, I wish photo mode is exactly the same. I wish it was slightly better with the length away. Because I like to take these like big wide open shots, but I can't with photo mode. Go. Oh my god, what is this bike doing? God, you can tell we haven't ridden a 250 for ages. We're used to the power of the 450. This 250, God, it can't even put a... Can't even put more shopping trolley, it feels like. So yeah, I wish... See, no. What is that? Why is it struggling so bad? So we're down to 12 now. So now we're going to have to show off the problems of the midfield battling. As riders just ride into you. And you can do nothing but lose seconds per lap because of it. Also the thing with the mounds and stuff, like when you case a joint. Yeah, it's good that it's punished, but it still feels a bit cheap. Like... It feels like they did with the puddles in WRC, like they've just put the same effect on to the downslopes now, or upslopes should I say, of these mounds, which, yeah, as I say, it doesn't feel like a fair punishment maybe for messing up. Maybe make that feel a bit more natural, like it feels like we're actually getting stuck in some dirt or sand or mud. Instead. But again, I'm asking for Willism, which they're probably not aiming for, so... I want this to be a fun game for everyone, but then they introduced that, so... So back into the top 10 at least. Seems like through this section we're alright. Well, we were alright until we got tapped again at the rear. See, some of that silly instability which we're not really feeling. Like, collision model with anything is rubbish. Like, we see that all the time with like the tough blocks as well, like very inconsistent. Whether the tough blocks actually take us down or not. At least it feels like it. Like you can see why the 250s are much harder to ride than the 450s. Like if you mess up, it's a bit like in the wet. Like if you mess up, you're losing seconds per section like we just did there. So yeah, collision, it's just weird sometimes. Like we get the effect of the collision, as you saw there, like a second after we've been hit. And you're like, what? So I need to be affected immediately. Like, the bike's unstable, and you're like, have I done something wrong? Like, no, that's just the collision system in this game. So yeah, that kind of needs to improve. I forget we're on the Honda, aren't we? No wonder we're doing rubbish in this race. We're getting a bit better now. So we're getting better as the race goes on. Let's get used to the 250 again. So yeah, that needs to improve. Also with the tough blocks as well. They fix this thing where they're invisible sometimes, but then you saw at the beginning of this race, that still does happen. But at least in like normal events, it doesn't seem to actually be there anymore. Which is good to see. But again with the collision system, you still have inconsistency hitting some of them as well, so yeah, collision system definitely needs to be improved. Like, I'm talking about quite a lot of the racing. I said that, can you explain why I crashed there? Like, is it just because I landed on the top of a seam? But sometimes you can get away with that as well. Sometimes you can't. It might be like the MXGP games where you have if the two wheels are even landing, then it lands it, but if they're not, then it doesn't. I think that's what's going on there, but never really explained in the game, to be honest. Like, again, you have to read online, watch videos, which I normally do if I'm not finding out the game's not working well. Like, the tutorial is better, I remember that. Like, it's actually you riding the bike rather than getting some text now. Good. What the hell? Some cheating going on a foot in front. So go to the inside. What is that point of that tough block, really? You see, we're doing some impossible angles here with the bike. Try and fight through as you go into the bottom of lap here. And yeah, DLC doesn't seem that bad at the moment. As I said, Monster Energy Cup being DLC is a bit rubbish again. It's a bit like the MX GP of Nations. Like, it just needs to be part of the game, it feels like. But again, that could be contract stuff. Like, they have to sell it as DLC, or they just never get it ready in time for the release of the game. So they release it as DLC, like, I have no idea. Yeah, expecting us to shell out like a 5 on one track and bike, really. Talk about that. I've seen they're talking about releasing classic bikes, like 2 strokes, and classic circuits as DLC as well, which could be pretty cool. Like we've seen Milestone do with the MotoGP games previously, and now they just include it because they realised charging £5 for a track you can only use in time trial is ridiculous. Hopefully they won't be doing the same practice with Supercross. Hopefully it's the start of something. Before they realise, like with Supercross 5 or 6, like, oh, hang on, we can't. People don't like being ripped off. I hope we don't have to go through those lessons again. But yeah, in general, game is good. Probably, thinking about it now, yeah, it probably is my favourite Supercross game so far. I just hope there's bigger improvements in career, and as I said, quite a few refinements and adjustments. I was talking about photo mode, wasn't I? And then I cut myself off. In photo mode, like exactly the same, but when you're taking wide angle pit, you can't go that far from your rider. I wish that was better. Because you have to set other riders to make it go far, so yeah, hopefully that can improve, like minor adjustment in photo mode. And minor things as well, like the UI, much better, much slicker production as well, as we end up in 8th. Hopefully we do a bit better during the season, as we go up to level 73. As with the levels, you get rewards as we go on the asphalt. Yeah, look at that. White and black. Totally different. Those cinematics, while nice, they're a bit weird without music or any commentary, whatever it is. And the location as well is just a bit weird. But yeah, customization, creation is better, like slightly better. I wish there was still more than 5 fonts and 5 numbers to choose from. Which is pretty bad. More character models though, 8 each for men and women, I believe, if I remember correctly. And yeah, in general, just improvements across the board. Once again, I wasn't able to try out online because it's mostly American time. And now we're, I don't know, a few months down the line, like that won't be available. But you do see there is the Monster Energy Cup. Compound as well, pretty nice. Nice and expanded. We do get the challenges, as you can see, you still get those. So you still can do these to unlock stuff, but it's not part of career anymore, which is disappointing. I wish it was part of career, then we might actually pay attention to it. And then that does lead to unlocking stuff. But as you can see, it's only rainbow stuff. There's no real incentive to do these challenges, but if you want that extra suit. But then you still get downloadable content, such as suits that you can buy. And track editor stuff, their brace. So yeah, they might be going overboard once again, maybe with the packs for outfits, who knows. Track editor I haven't really checked out, but it seems like it's like previous track editor, which was pretty good. Hopefully they made the minor fine adjustments they needed to with some of like the jumps and ruts and stuff that you could choose. But yeah, overall, Monster Energy Supercross 3, good improvement from 2 for the most part. Hopefully they can improve career, especially for 4. Finally make adjustments to the opponents, the AI, and collision, collision detection, just collision in general, just make that better as well. That's genuinely been a bad thing in milestone, and again in racing games in general, collision detection and collisions as well. Like if you're on iRacing, you get netcode collisions, which are dreadful and are very annoying as well. At least in single players, with you attacking something, but what I found with, say, like Dirt Rally 2.0, for instance, where I got a bit annoyed with it, is because they have these blocks as the collisions, and your cars are blocked as well, and so you can hit something like a wall or the inside of like a cliff, and you don't really notice it on the screen, but it's just because those blocks have hit. So now you've hit something, and your car is damaged. Feels like you got that slightly similar as well with here with Supercross, so yeah, I hope that can be much refined as well. But overall, good game. Would I recommend it? Maybe on sale. I'm not sure for full price, even though it's only 30 quid. I got it on Steam. Maybe for 30 quid, I think it's not sure, because it's mostly single player. That's mostly why I play it. It's single player and the career modes. Is it 30 quid for a single player game? Not really. More like 15 to 20 quid for just playing single player. If there are people online, I can actually do some online. That'd be cool. As you can see, you got Race Director as well, which was alright. I remember online, we have done one online race. Let's see if anyone is online. Oh, there are people online. We can maybe do some online racing maybe to end it then. Or maybe I'll do that in a separate video, but yeah, there is some people still playing online then. I might check that out then for a better idea of online. But online, yeah, connection seemed okay. Like, it seems better than it did in previous milestone games online. Like, better than MotoGP 19. I'm not sure it's because it got dedicated servers now, so it's much better. Even though I dedicated servers to MotoGP 19, they still had lagging and A and all over the place. But yeah, much better game. Supercross 3. Hope you enjoyed the career. I'll be back with maybe the odds Supercross 3 videos to check out Track Editor, to do some more online, and maybe check out the DLC. But thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Oh, so wearing the KTM shirt. I wasn't rooting against Liz. No, they say, know your enemy. That's what I'm doing. Make your enemy closer than your friends. That's what I was doing here. But yeah, I do love this shirt as well. Bright orange. I can probably be spotted from space wearing this. So, yeah. I also got a Muskin shirt. At least I didn't wear that one.